Well, I'm out in an abandoned alleyway, joined right now by Biofrost to discuss his, I don't know, the big transition, the big move. This is the first time I've talked to you since you've joined CLG. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that whole experience was like?
Well, when I first found out that I wasn't going to be on TSM anymore, I was looking for a new team, and I think the whole process wasn't very long, actually. It was just like a couple of days because most of the teams actually had locked rosters, and CLG was one of the teams that really popped out to me, and it seemed like they really liked me too.
Speaking of finding out about that, in his Players Tribune article, Double said he found out about it from Reddit. Where did you find out about it, Biofrost?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't also find out on Reddit. So yeah, I was just looking at Reddit one day and I was like, TSM's looking to sign Sven and Mithy. I'm like, oh, huh. And I was like, I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah.
And I didn't really say anything for a couple days, and then kind of spoke with Andy, and they weren't really finalizing it yet. So that's why it was just an option. But the Red article made it seem like it was already a done deal, but it wasn't. So yeah, that's kind of how I found out, and then kind of led on to one situation to another, and then they actually decided to get them, and for me that meant time to go on to a new team.
So you ended up on CLG. I know you mentioned that there weren't too many teams that were looking for support at the time that you ended up talking to them, but why CLG compared to any of the other options that were available for you?
Well, at least for CLG, they've actually had international success in 2016 at MSI, and for the past three splits, they haven't been winning. TSM has been winning the past three splits, and they kind of haven't really reached their past level. And however, their roster looks really good, and definitely one of the the stronger rosters. And I think with Rainover, who I think is really outstanding player, if he gets back to his really strong form, I think we can be really good.
And you'll be laning with Stixay this time instead of Doublelift. I'm sure you guys have already done some scrims. You've had a chance to play with him for a little bit. What's it like so far playing with Stixay as a change of pace?
Stixay's really good mechanically as well. I think in lane we're actually pretty good. In general, I think over the past couple of splits I've been improving a lot, in terms of my laning phase. And what I guess we lack right now is more of kind of the intricacies here and there, where you can improve on a lot of small things that you don't really necessarily see as a spectator, but it's really important in pro play. And I think it's been going pretty well so far, and I'm just really excited for the next couple months to see where we can get. And at least for when you move on to a new duo, I love Peter, but it's exciting in the way that you get to try a lot of new things. You kind of get to experiment with yourself, and you get more range. And that whole concept to me is, it gives me a lot of motivation.
What do you think it's going to be like the day that CLG plays Team Liquid and you have to face off against Peter in lane? Do you think you know all of his weaknesses and flaws and you can exploit them?
Last time I played against him, I was playing with Turtle, and then I remember the interview. He was like, Biofrost never hits any skill shots. I felt really bad when I saw that interview. Luckily, there's not that many skill shots right now with all the melee supports being played, so I can just point and click.
I like that your response to this is he said that I'm really bad at skill shots, but thankfully I don't have to even use them anymore, so it's going to be great.
It's great. I can just, press some targeted abilities, and Peter's just going to be like, huh, I got hit by that, but of course you're going to get hit by that because I just pressed the button. And
roasted, Peter.
So I think that whole thing is going to be really exciting. I think a lot of teams I just have some little bit of history, when I play against TSM and playing against Turtle, my old laning partner. People don't really remember that though, because it's pretty short. Playing against a lot of teams, there would be something there. Oh, C9 as well against Finskern.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, the storyline, sort of seeing how they converge. Now, speaking again of your former teammates, admittedly, he was trash talking and having fun, but Bjergsen did say something in an interview that I did with him in response to something that deep inhale on your end right now. In response to some, yeah, Nick Allen said, "You're a little cold." Okay, maybe this statement is freezing you to the bone. Nick Allen said something where he was trash talking TSM. In response, Bjergsen said in my interview, "Well, they've got a player we didn't even want, so I don't know how they're going to win." So would you have anything that you would sort of say in response to Bjergsen's strong words and just kind of the general sense from TSM, they just think they're going to kind of dominate this year?
I can't disagree with his statement where, yeah, he didn't want me, or rather them as a team, they didn't want me anymore, and that's their decision. I think on my part, it's just we have to play really well to show that, like, I don't have any personal vendetta against TSM. I'm always grateful for the opportunity that they gave me. But at least for me, winning is super important. And I think for most people, it's really important. So winning a lot with CLG and being able to prove that we're really good as a squad, that means a lot. And TSM is the team to beat because for the past 3 splits, they've been winning. So they're the top of the hill right now. And it'd be good to, like, roll them over.
Boom. Is that the trash talk that I'm going to get from you in this interview?
That's probably as much trash talk you'll ever get from me.
It would be good to roll them over. No, that's fierce fighting words from Biofrost. You seem like you're very, very cold, which is odd because it's probably 68 degrees here and you're from Vancouver, where it's probably 0 degrees right now. So we'll wrap up the interview, but is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Thank you for the TSM fans that followed me to CLG, and for the new CLG fans. Just have to play well and show you guys that we have what it takes to get to the top. New Jersey. Oh yeah, we have a New Jersey, by the way. So shout out to that, and yeah, it's comfy.
It's comfy. I've heard those words before. By the way, final question: at TSM, you had a bit of a nickname, a moniker. BioDaddy. I am very curious if you plan on bringing that to CLG. Is that a TSM identity that is exclusive to that, or will you be continuing on with that moniker at CLG?
To be honest, I don't think I have a say in it. Like, if I said I don't want it, people are still going to call me by that. If I said I want it, I mean, it's still going to be there. So regardless, it's just there, courtesy of Peter. So yeah, I mean, call me whatever you want. There we go. Yeah.
Call him whatever you want. Thank you so much, Biofrost, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Hey everyone, at the end of Yahoo Esports, Avli May made a commitment to me to keep helping me out on this YouTube channel, and then she bailed as soon as she could to Riot Games to get the big bucks. So if you could help me out, that would be great, over at travisgafford.com/support.